my name is Elena and I homeschool my 6-year-old daughter. She will be going into 2nd grade this coming up September, and it's our 2nd year homeschooling. Last year we used the Abeka video kit, and this year we're going to be changing it up and using Bob Jones University or BJU Press's video kit as well. I really like the kits because we live in New York and we have an extensive curriculum, and the kits do cover most of the books that we need and materials. So I thought I would make a video on how I organize myself for the year. I had done a lot of research last year with different methods and styles on how to organize, and I really fell in love with the crate system. So we used that with Becca, and I'm hoping that it will work this as good as it did last year for this year with BJU. While researching online, I noticed that there weren't many videos with organizing by the week. It was organized more by video or by lesson or by day. And while I think that's absolutely wonderful, I really enjoyed organizing my week. So this way I kind of just did everything on a Sunday and organized Monday through Friday, so I didn't have to keep pulling out materials every day, or at least if I do, it's going to be minimal. So it took me quite some time to collate all of the materials for Bob Jones. There's a lot of handouts, and there's a lot of pages in the work text that they give you, whereas at Becca I felt it was a lot easier to do. But I did it, and I hope that this video will help you guys if you are interested. I'm going to show you my crate, and we also use a cart system as well, so I organize the day, I guess each day, using our cart, and I'll show that to you later. But if you want to speed up ahead and actually see how I'm sorting everything, it'll be, you can just fast forward, because I'll go through just a couple of other things beforehand that I think will be helpful for you to know. So bear with me. This is my first time doing a video, and there might be, it might not be so professional with trying not to move it. So this is my crate, and it's basically organized from week 1 to week 36. In New York, we have 180 school days, so when you break it down by week, it is 36 weeks that we need to fulfill. So you'll need 36 of these hanging folders, and then I have 2 folders in each one. I'll explain why in a minute. So that makes 72 of these folders that you'll need. So the first folder is basically for everything that I'm going to be sorting on this table. All of her work text pages, all of her worksheets, anything that pertains to a lesson that I would need for her to work on daily will go in here. The second folder is going to include any of her tests that she would be taking for the week. So last year with Abeka, there were a lot of tests that were given weekly, almost 1 per subject, so it was a lot. But this time, I don't think BJU has as much, so I might not be using a folder every week here. I'm not too sure yet, but I'm going to keep it in here in case there's something else I want to add for the week that I don't want to have mixed up with her worksheets. So essentially every week what I would be doing, or will be doing, is I will be taking out the stack of papers in this folder, and I will be organizing it by day, and then by subject, and that would go in her cart upstairs that I'll show later to you, and it keeps it nice and again structured for the week. I'll also pull out the tests, and then I would just have to give that out to her on the day that I know that I'm going to be giving her the test. So this is how I have it organized for the crate. If you'd like to do the crate, you'd have to just get a crate, get the hanging folders, and get these extra folders for that. And again, this is our first year, so I don't have the experience yet, but from what I see here, what they have is everything broken up by subject. So they're going to have this video instruction guide per subject, and that's why I had to make a book here. So that's why I wanted to show it to you. I basically organized it by subject, and then I put the tests that they come with in the actual back. So you do need to make some sort of an something to organize your manuals, because it looks like you're going to be needing these every day. And I will show you one more time, like what it shows to be exact. So for math, like day 1, it's basically gonna tell you what your video, and then the materials you'll need, the text pages that you'll need, and then your assignments, and then I guess what you have to do. So again, I made just a quick binder, and I put everything in that binder. So here's the tests, and then I'll script to English, and this will just have my video instruction guide for English, and the tests, and then reading, and basically I just went on through that way. So you'll see this will go through every day, and it lists what you need. So these are all the subjects for grade 2. Okay, so that's just something I thought that would be useful to know. The next thing I organized, and you can look this up online with a lot of other videos, it was pretty basic, and everybody did a great job. So I just kind of followed what they advised. This is the manipulative packet for math, and I basically just tore out the pages and I put them in these protective sleeves, and I organized each cutout with just some little things here, and then I just named it. And these little baggies keep everything in order for me. So I just thought that was helpful too, to put them in. These are just these are just bigger. They were sliding out, so I just put them in these kinds of folders. And that is the math student manipulative packet. And the last thing is I buy myself one of these teacher organizers, which I really found very helpful last year. BJU has a homeschool hub, they call it, where it seems like it eliminates this. I'm going to buy one anyway, just in case I need it, but I feel like it's going to be a lot easier organizing myself with their homeschool hub. You basically are able to keep track of your child's progress online, and it's really nice because they can check off the boxes as they go through it, and you can just follow it that way, and also enter whatever tests and things. But one thing I liked about keeping my own record was, we had a lesson countdown, so that just was exciting to do every day. And then I had a PE log. I was able to organize her PE and keep track of her minutes and whatnot. And then back here we had, if we had any field trips, I was able to keep track of them back here. And then we had her attendance and then her grades. So it was really helpful to have one of these. And some of these cutouts I will give a shout out to a good friend of mine from Simply Homeschool. She helped me tremendously with organizing last year, and she sells a nice organization book on her website that included those materials. So basically, any of the pages that I really liked from her planner book, I just took out and I added them to this planner that I found at Target that I really liked. And it was really helpful to help organize my year and kind of keep track of the things that I needed for each subject. I wanted to just mention one thing. I just realized that I was saying the tab I have here that is listed as tests are not the actual tests, they're the answer key. So I have the video lesson guides in this is more of my binder with the answer keys in here. The tests I have actually already collated here with each of the subjects, and I've marked them with post-it notes so that I know when I come across one, I have to pull it out and I have to put it in the test folder that I'll have for my crate here that I was mentioning, the second folder. That's just one edit I wanted to mention. And one thing that I think that would be really nice for you to have or make before you start all of this is this crate filing system that'll help you just organize, basically refer to every time you're pulling out pages for the subjects, as well as organizing the crate. It's broken up from basically by week, 1 through 34, and then it's 5 days, so it's basically day 1 through day 5, which would basically be your Monday through Friday, and then your next Monday would be the 6th lesson to the 10th lesson to the Friday, and week 3, 11 through 15, and as you go down, it's broken up, so it's all here in one page that you can refer to. And the way, just so you understand how how you're referring to this when you're tearing out the pages. So let's just say we'll work with week 1 here. And I'm just going to use science, for example. When the books come, you basically have some books, some subjects will have an actual textbook and an activity manual or a work text, and then you'll have your handouts. And then some of them don't have the textbook. So, but for example, for science, if you look at the video lesson guide here, day one, which you're basically going to be from here. So day one, week one is basically day 1 through 5. So it's day 1 through 5. And what you'll do is as you open the page, the student text is ST and the activity manual is the AM, and it'll be marked here on the book. So your activity manual is are the pages that you're going to be tearing out, which I already did. And if you do have a textbook, I leave them intact because they're basically just books to read. So this will go in her system upstairs. But this that you rip out are basically going to be collated with the student handouts, and that'll come in sort of just a packet that is saran wrapped, and you just pull it out, and you're going to collate it according to this manual here. So for example, you have day 1, you have the student text, and then you're basically be looking at the activity manual because that's the pages that you're tearing out. So basically from page 1 to page 6 are the first pages that you're going to be doing for week 1. So if you look here, here's lesson 1. So I basically pulled it out until over here, which it shows pages 5 through 10. And this is basically, I'm looking at this number. So page 6. Okay, so it's basically page 1 through 6. And those are the first six pages you're going to pull out of the activity manual. And then if there are any handouts where you look here in the material section, see it says bookmark handout, you'll have in a separate pile, and you're going to put it with that day. So if day 2 has the bookmark handout, here's the bookmark handout, and it says day 2. So you're basically going to start working out with 2 piles. You have your activity manual, and then you have your handouts, and I did that with every single subject. So your math will have your work text and your handouts, same thing with English, reading, and the rest of them. So you'll have 2, that's how basically you'll start out, and then as you go per week, I basically just put one pile here, and then the next pile I turn sideways, and then here's the test inside there, and then the next pile I just put up, and I basically just went side to side to just keep them organized that way. So that's how these are broken down. So just to circle back to the crate filing system chart and to wrap it up so everyone understands why you would refer to it, you would basically be using this when sorting the crate or when ripping out the pages in the work textbooks. And the reason why is because the video lesson guide is sorted or organized by the day in the video. It is not organized by the week. And when you're sorting a crate, you need to know what week you're in. So for example, if you wanted to know what week day 64 or lesson 64 would be, over here, you would just go over to your chart and you would find where 64 would fall in between, and you would know it's week 14. So now you would put your work text pages and the tests into week 14. So this comes really in handy when you're sorting. I will say though, it does not work with math and it does not work with the spelling. And the reason why is I will show you. Math starts out with the day in the video lining up, but as you go along, it does not. So day 139 is video 128. So because these numbers are different, they will not line up with your weeks here. Your lessons and your work text pages would be off. So you cannot use this for math and for spelling when you're sorting. But it comes in handy with the other subjects, and I definitely recommend making one. So I just wanted to thank you for watching my video. There is a part 2 and 3, and I will include the links below. As part 2 will show you how I sort the weekly piles of each subject and put them into the crate, and part 3 will show you how I sort the week by the day and put them into a cart to keep organized. So hopefully you'll tune in. Catch you later.